everybody. I just wanted to come live to you and put together a little recipe I love to snack on. It's one of my favorites. It's an old Pampered Chef classic, appleberry salsa with cinnamon chips. And I'm going to start out by making our cinnamon chips just using regular flour tortillas. And we're going to actually be baking those on our rock crop grill stone. And this rock crop grill stone at the end of August will be going away and retiring, so you better grab it while you can. It is a piece of our rock crock collection, and the unique things about our rock crocks is that they are a vessel that can go absolutely everywhere. They can go in your oven, they can go under your broiler, they can go on the barbecue grill, in your smoker, they can go on your stove top, they can go in the microwave, they can go in your dishwasher to clean up. So they can go on absolutely every heat source possible. And this is kind of like your pizza stone. It would take the place of your pizza stone. And you can use that. It's wonderful for roasting vegetables in the oven. We do pizza on the barbecue grill with it. I've baked cookies on the barbecue grill with it. I've put it on the barbecue grill and heated it up and then put that really thinly shaved steak and done like Philly cheesesteaks on it. So you could do that on there. So really anything you would do on a flat baking sheet, you can do on the rock crock grill stone. And the nice thing about the rock crocks is when they get hot, they stay hot. And they bake really, really nicely, and they bake really, really quickly. And we love it on our grill just to be able to pop it out on the grill. And it's kind of like, we don't have a flat top grill like the Blackstone. So this kind of, we put it on our grill and make it mimic of our own Blackstone, because we have our own flat top baking surface. So I've done bacon on it, I've done sausage, I've done eggs, I've done pancakes, I've done French toast, things like that on this right on our barbecue grill. And then if you ever want to, it goes in our dishwasher to clean up, but like I said, if you ever have little spaces where you feel like it's not cleaning up real well because on the barbecue it gets kind of hot, you can use Barkeeper's Friend on it to clean it right up, and it comes right back to its nice, beautiful color. And it has these little handles right on the side, so it makes it easy to put it in and to take it out. That's what the bottom looks like, just like that. And so you might want to grab yourself one of those because it is going away August 31st. So while supplies last, so if they sell out before then, those will be gone. So for our cinnamon chips, we are just using regular flour tortillas, and you can spray them with water if you would like. I like to use this, I can't believe it's not butter spray, and I just spray it around and then I wipe it around with our chef's silicone basting brush. And then we're going to cut them into 8 wedges with our pizza and crust cutter. And then we're just going to lay them all over the grill stone, and I have preheated my oven to 400 degrees, so we have it at 400 degrees. And you could bake these a few days in advance. You could do these in your air fryer if you would like to do that. I've actually even seen people throw these little triangles into the rotating basket of the air fryer. I have not tried that yet, but I have actually seen people do that, and they come out just perfectly fine. They tumble them around in that rotating basket of the air fryer. So we're going to give this a few sprays. And you could use real butter on this too if you wanted. I just kind of like this. I can't believe it's not butter spray. Gives it a little buttery flavor without that extra fat in there. And then in our powdered sugar shaker, I just have some cinnamon sugar mixed up, and I have several of these in my cabinet. I have one for cinnamon sugar. I have one for cocoa powder. I have one for cornstarch. I have one for powdered sugar, and I have one for flour. So I have several of them in there. And then it just has the little cap that's on the top, and then you can see it has the grate for like flour or for cornstarch. If you're going to do your thickening of your gravy, it'll sift that and sift out those lumps that you might have in there. Let's just cut these little guys in 8 nice wedges. Just like this. And I'm just cutting on one of our flexible cutting mats. It's the large flexible cutting mat. I want to try to arrange these so we can fit as many on here as we can. And these come in a set of 3. One side is sticky, so it sticks itself down to the counter. And it kind of comes with a backing that's on the back. And people will call me and say, oh my gosh, it looks like the backing's peeling off. It's a piece of plastic. You're supposed to peel it off so it protects that sticky backing so that it'll kind of stick itself down to your counter. So make sure you peel that sticky backing off. So it looks like I'm going to fit about 3 whole tortillas on here at once. I'm going to set this one to the side and we'll bake it in the second batch when I'm ready to bake. Get rid of all of this. So wipe up our mess just a little bit so we don't have such a disaster here. And then we are going to bake our chips at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. So we'll set that in there. Grab our little timer here. And we are going to go. Well, hold on here. I think my battery's dead. Well, I guess we better grab a different timer. Good thing I have like 14 timers in this kitchen. Alright, 10 minutes. So then, we are going to make our appleberry salsa in our Flex Plus Multi-Prep tool. This is a tool that's actually on sale this month for $110 off. And when you look at this, what you have to remember is it's replacing 3 appliances in your kitchen. It's going to replace your food processor, your hand mixer, and your immersion blender. It's going to do all 3 of those things. So this is the food processor, and what I love about this is look how lightweight this is. My big old Cuisinart food processor, it is heavy. I hate taking it out. This, I pull it out all the time. It's super, super light. I can carry it around. It's super easy to move around. It comes with a regular old food processing blade, or it comes with 2 different blades where you can either do grating, so fine grating or coarse grating, or it has a slicing blade also, so you can do slicing, and they just sit right into the top as well. So we have the food processor, and then what happens is you find this little lock, you match up the holes, if Missy can get it on there right, and it goes on. This power stick is what runs everything. You're going to use it with the food processor, you're going to use it with the hand mixer, and you're going to use it with the immersion blender. So we want to get rid of Missy's hair though. This is going to hook right on. That is going to be what runs everything. And then the battery is always the last to the party. So when you put that on, this will blink. This shows you the level of power, and then it goes off. Now, it's not going to run. In order to make this run, right under the back, right under here, is a safety switch. You have to hit that safety switch to turn this back on, and then you can make the power go up or make the power go down. I always put it on high power, and then that will go on, just like that. So then you pop that little guy up. I guess it helps if you take this little guy out. Good thing I didn't just chop this all right on up. Hold on. Take that out. Just like that. So that, hold on, let me put this right back on. My little rubber ring fell off. Good thing I didn't chop it into 15,000 pieces. So it has this little gasket that goes right around here. I guess this is good for you to see. Right around here that just fits right in here. Because when you're done with this and you're all ready to clean it, of course inside of here there are gears that run this. So what you want to be careful of is you don't want to submerge this whole thing in water because the gears are in here. So when you hold this and you squeeze, this comes out because this is the plate that covers it. So this is the part that gets icky. The gears are in here. So really this isn't too dirty. You just kind of wipe it off. But that's where that little plastic, that little washer went, and I just knocked it out. Thank God I didn't chop it all up into a million pieces. Live TV, here we go. Okay, so let's get rid of this and put this to the side. So what we're going to do first, and let me grab another cutting mat since we hit these on because we have some tortillas on it, is we are going to chop up 2 apples, and I just peeled those apples first off with our serrated peeler. It comes from our peeling set. You have a serrated peeler, a regular peeler, and then a julienne peeler. And then I'm going to take our apple core, and it's serrated right here, and you're going to, let me see if I can touch this and darken that up a little. You're going to put it right where your apple core would be, just right here, and you're just going to shove it right down in your apple, right here, just like that, and it comes right through the other side, just like that. And then, to pitch that apple core out, you just open it up, and it grabs right onto that apple. So it takes your core right out of the apple. It's also great for taking the seeds out of the middle of your cucumber, because I hate the seeds in the middle of my cucumber, so you can do that also. And just open that up, pitch it right in the garbage. So that's called the corer, is what that's called. And then we're just going to take our knife. I'm just using one of our kitchen paring knives, because I meant to grab a bigger knife, and lo and behold, I didn't. And I'm just going to throw these guys in here, just like that. And you don't have to cut them real small. I'm just cutting them in there real small, because I don't want to run this a really long time, because I don't want this to be super, super fine. I just want it really chunky, kind of salsa consistency is what I'm looking for here. Okay, so I'm going to line up my little gizmos here, turn it, pop this in, power stick goes on, get this out of the way, battery is the last to the party. I'm going to kick up the power, and if you get stuck, just give it a shake around. Let me kick up the power a few more. I think that probably is going to be enough. Right there. So you can see we have our apples all chopped up. And then I'm going to put them into a bowl, because I don't want to keep chopping over and over again our same ingredients, because like I said, I want my ingredients to be chunky. I don't want them to be all like total mush, because this is like a chunky fruited salsa is what we're looking for here. So I don't want to leave the apples in as I add my other ingredients, because then all that's going to happen is they're going to get really, really mushy. Okay, so we're going to put those guys in. Then we're going to add a couple of kiwi, and I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to cut that core end out of my kiwi, and I kept it with the peel on so I could show you how nicely this serrated peeler, get over that core on that end, peels a kiwi. So the serrated peeler is for things like peaches, kiwi, things that have a really hard peel sometime to get off of them. That's what the serrated peeler in this set is for. It just grabs a hold of that peel and helps you be able to get it right off of here. One more line, I think. Get the end of this core off. Throw that little guy in. Then we need 1.5 cups of strawberries. It says to dice the kiwi and dice the strawberries. I'm just going to throw them right in my Flex Plus. Give it a lock. Batteries last to the party. I think that's good right there. So I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to add that to my bowl. Just like that. Give it a little zhuzh. My apples. Then we need some orange zest. I believe we need, let's see, how much? About 1 teaspoon, which is really not very much orange zest. So let me grab my zesty up here, if I can get a hold of it. I meant to grab all this before I started, and then, totally forgot. So this is our microplane zester we got going on right here. So it looks like this. You can open it up this way, or you can open it up into a little teepee like this if you like. I'm just going to open it up just like this, and I'm going to take my zester, and you want to go outer colored covering of the fruit. You don't want to get down to that white pithy part. That's the really, really bitter part. So when you're zesting, you're just really taking that outer colored covering of the fruit is what you're looking for. Because if you get down to the white part, that's the bitter part. But if you stay on the colored part, that's the oily part. That's the oil part. That's the flavor part. It gives you that punch of citrus flavor. That should be about 1 teaspoon. Okay. Scrape that right on in. And then we need, should have grabbed a bigger knife, but I don't want to dirty any more of my dishes. And then we need the juice. 2 tablespoons of juice. Let's check our chips. Let me take a peeky poo. I think we're going to go about 2 more minutes. Well, start it. All right, we're going about 2 more minutes on those. You can throw your zester right into your dishwasher. And then you're going to use, hopefully I have one in here, your citrus press. Looks like it might be in my dishwasher, and it is. We use this guy a lot, and you're just going to take your citrus, if it will fit, cut side down. Mine's too big. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I can fit it in there. Another tip is to cut off the end of your citrus so all the juice doesn't get trapped up in the peel. So you have that end off, and you're going to stuff this guy right down in here, just like that, and then we're going to squeeze. And we're looking for 2 tablespoons is what we're looking for. We're almost there. There we go. 2 tablespoons, and then it just kind of turns it inside out like that. Throw it right into your garbage just like that. Pour in your 2 tablespoons. Give it a little zhuzh. And then we need a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar. Of course I should have had it ready, and I do not. My cat's over here running crazy. So here's my brown sugar, and I have my brown sugar keeper in there. These are little terracotta discs. You get 2 of them in the brown sugar keeper set. You soak those discs in water for 20 minutes, and then you dry them off. You throw them into your brown sugar, and it keeps your brown sugar nice and soft and clump free. So every time I end up emptying the brown sugar container, and then I am ready to dump in a new bag, I just take that brown sugar keeper out, soak it in water again, and I get it ready to go back in that new container of brown sugar. So people always say, well, how often do you soak it again? How often do you replace it? Just when I'm ready to reuse or refill the brown sugar container, or if you don't use yours very often, that's when I would do it. Alright, I just want to make sure none of those were stuck down. And if I were getting ready to do another batch of those, I would move them to a cooling rack. Right now I'm just going to let them lie there because, you know, you don't need to see me move them to a cooling rack. So 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. That goes in. And then you need about 2 tablespoons of apricot or apple jelly in here. You could really use any kind of jelly. Strawberry jelly would work in here too, so you don't have to go out and buy specifically some apricot jelly or specifically some apricot jelly. Let me see what I have in here. Not really 100% sure what kind of jelly I have going on up in here. But it looks like today we're probably going to be using my homemade strawberry jelly, because I don't have apricot and I don't have apple. So I'm just going to put 2 tablespoons of homemade strawberry and give that a little zhuzh around, and then I like to let it sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. I like to let it get cool, and I like to let the flavors all mold and blend together. And the juice and the sugar will keep that apple from turning brown. Get it all stirred up really well. And then you could serve this in our 1-quart cool and serve bowl. You could serve it in the chip and dip set with the chips all around it and this in the middle, just super, super pretty. You could put it in the on-the-go serving bowl to keep it nice and cold and, you know, put the chips in something different. I think I should give it a test just to see how it is. So good. So good. And fresh fruit, maybe your kids won't eat fresh fruit. This doesn't have a ton of sugar, but you could use your sugar alternatives in here. Make your chips with something other than real sugar. Really, really good. So that is your appleberry salsa with your cinnamon chips using the Flex Plus as your food processor. And let me show you just what the other pieces of this food processor look like. Let's get rid of these, just so you guys don't have to look at this mess. All right, continue eating as we do this. So the other pieces of the Flex Plus are this. So you have a hand mixer, just like this. So the power stick goes on here. Battery is last to the party, and then you have regular beaters. Mine are in the dishwasher or over there in the tool turnabout. I'm not going to get them, but you also have whisk beaters as well, and then they just go in right in the end, just like this. Then you have a safety switch here, and this goes on and there, and then you have a little button that you push to adjust your beaters. So you have whisk beaters and regular beaters, and then this comes off. So you have your hand mixer. Then you have your immersion blender. So if you want to get down into your skillet or your pot and you've roasted tomatoes and you're going to make a nice marinara sauce, a pizza sauce, a pasta sauce, these rubber bumpers keep that blade from touching the bottom of your pan. So again, you're going to hit the safety. You can get right down in your pan and you can mix that sauce or you can mix that gravy, and that is not going to touch the bottom of your pan, so it's not going to ruin your pan. It also comes with this nice little cup, so you could add eggs in here if you want to do scrambled eggs. Just like that. I made homemade mayonnaise in here. I make homemade salad dressings in here. And then it comes with a nice little cap that goes right on the top, just like that, for storage. So that is your immersion blender. You can even do homemade whipped cream in here. You put your heavy whipping cream, your vanilla, or whatever flavoring you want to use, and your sugar, powdered sugar. And then this goes right down in. And you just make your homemade whipped cream. So that is your immersion blender. And all of those pieces go right into the dishwasher. Of course, not the stick, not the battery, not this part, but all the pieces that could very well get dirty will go right into your dishwasher. And it is on sale for $110 off this month. So I will post the recipe for the appleberry salsa with cinnamon chips below. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for joining me for whipping up this little snack, and I hope you all have a good day. Talk to y'all soon.